we go. Welcome back to another Habs Nation Podcast special edition on the Monday night, November 4th, 2024. Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully, you have an amazing, great start of the week. On the first week of November, we have approximately 6 weeks of the Christmas time, the holidays. We have approximately 3 weeks, a couple of days. Thanksgiving, the Turkey Awards, Hockey Nation. We are 24 hours of the election day in USA. Harris, this is Trump. That's what I heard the last couple of days. Anyhow, welcome back. Tonight we have talk about the Montreal Canadiens. Again, we're going to focus the first 15 minutes on the NHL. What's going happening in the first month of the year in NHL. And we're going to talk about the season 2024-2025 so far. I have a couple of information about different team. Something looking great, something are looking bad. Not only the Montreal Canadiens. We're going to talk about the NHL draft 2024-2025. The good news for the Montreal Canadiens and the bad news for the Montreal Canadiens. We're going to talk about Martin St. Louis tonight. We're going to talk about who could get a call up from the Laval Rocket tonight. And the subject of the evening is call up or not for Joshua Roy and a rough or a tough start for the Montreal Canadiens and a rough road for the Montreal Canadiens. It's a marathon of the 82 game. We only played 12 game. And so far, not looking good. We lost 7 of the last 9 games for the Montreal Canadiens. So that's going to talk about this tonight on the next 90 minutes of the Habs Nation and the Hockey Nation. Don't forget, tomorrow night we do the play-by-play. The Montreal Canadiens visit the O's, the Calgary Flames. And then Wednesday night, Frank is back. Frank and Marco are going to be back for the Notebook show Wednesday night. So I expect all of you to join me live Wednesday night. Thursday, we do New Jersey Devils again in Montreal Canadiens. Friday night, we do the game, play-by-play, the Laval Rocket versus the Belleville Senators. Laval Rocket on fire. Unbelievable start of the season for the Laval Rocket, 8-1-0. Hopefully you're doing well, everybody. Thanks to be with us tonight. Let's see what we got already. Roy for Bangkok is in the house. Happy Tuesday, Mr. Roy. Hopefully the weather is nicer. The people are back in Thailand. So last night, guys, I don't know. Yesterday was a Monday where I call this the Monday, the reflection of my life. I took it really easy yesterday. I just want to have some kind of, peace on my life. Just walk around, walk on the beach, walk downtown in Pattaya. I stopped one place a little bit late, 1 o'clock a.m., and then I came back home. I finally sleep 4 hours and a half straight. It's not happened a lot the last couple of days, but feel very good. And I realized yesterday, the people are back in Thailand. Yeah, more people around on the street. You can see more vacation people. So it's good to see more action in Pattaya area. And it was great to have a good day yesterday on my beginning of the week. But tonight we're going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens. We have a couple of people. Roy Abination is in the house tonight. Thanks to be with us tonight. Luciano Graziano back in the house. Luciano, glad to see you around. Thanks to be with us. RJ Calabro is in the house. Welcome back, RJ Calabro. And then we talk about Luc Fortin, de retour avec nous ce soir, mon Luc. Hopefully doing well. PLW talk about is Alex Laferrière. We talk about Alex Laferrière the next couple of minutes. One of the great start of the year. I believe Alex have 8 goals this season and 12 games. Bush Bouchard is in the house. Welcome back, Bush. Hopefully you're doing well. And then we have Senko's Luciano talk about the Nashville Predators. Disappointment team so far this year. Only look at this tonight. Only four shot on the net. Really impressive for the Lesson Kings doing right now. I was expecting the Los Angeles Kings struggle more with the injury of Drew Doughty. But look, people complaining about Rod Blake a couple of during the off season. Blake maybe fixed a couple of problems. A trade at PL Dubois. Dubois looking good in Washington too, but both teams take advantage of that trade. I see with Darcy Quamper between the pipe and a couple of players add the lineup of the Kings. Claude Richard est de retour avec nous ce soir. Welcome back. And then Luc Fortin, late bring up all the Rocket and send it down the Laval. Look, about for you is in the house also. And that's all. Thanks for all the likes that we got tonight. Like I said, it was a Monday. We're going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens. But first of all, we have a couple of things to talk about. And let's start with a review of the NHL the first month. And I want to hear from all of you. Tell me a little bit more what you see the first month in the NHL. And the first thing I want to talk about, guys, is the team are looking good at the beginning of this. I think for me, the surprise team is the Minnesota Wild, the Winnipeg Jet. Wow, the Jet, unbelievable. The Washington Capitals and the Carolina Hurricanes. All the four teams are going to have a differential of plus a 20 point in their standing for the upcoming season at the end of the season if they keep that pace all the way to the end. Minnesota surprised me because of the goaltending situation. Gustafsson have a really good start with the team. Well balanced. We know Minnesota Wild have a new head coach and John Hines, and their power play looking good. Kaprizov, another great start of the year. The defense with Brock Faber looking good, and also Jason Middleton. Look, that team has surprised me a little bit more on the Central Division since the beginning of the season. We have to give credit for the head coach and also the way the Wild play with Matthew Boldy, Erickson AK, and the rest of you already know who they are. So the Wild have a good start. The Winnipeg Jet, I think you have to go right away, not about Josh Morrissey, but Noel Pionk. Pionk have 13 points in the beginning of the season and 12 games. When you already have Josh Morrissey as the defenseman, this is pretty amazing. Connor Hellebuck continues to be Connor Hellebuck. The defensive of the Winnipeg Jet is great. And then you have to add also a great stop of Carl Connors and Nicolas Heller, plus Matthew Sheffley. The bottom six is one of the top best in the NHL, I believe, about the physicality, the forechecking. They are AV team. They are strong. They are really big. And Nino Niederreiter with Adam Laurie. Look, that team is pretty good overall for the Winnipeg Jets. That's the reason they lost only one time. Now, the Washington Capitals, they make a lot of change during the summer. And they play without DJ Oshie. Nicholas Backstrom is not there. Both of them is out of the season. They have add Thompson, the goaltender. They bring Matt Chipini, PL Dubois. Two players add on that from that team. Alex Ovechkin scored 4 goals the last 4 games. Strom have a really good start. What about Connor McMichael? McMichael with Tom Wilson, PL Dubois, maybe the best second line in NHL after maybe the New York Rangers. But really great stuff for the Washington Capitals. John Carlson looking good. DVR, the defenseman on the Washington Capitals is pretty good. So the Washington Capitals have a good start since the beginning of the season. And then the Carolina Hurricane. This is a team I was a little bit concerned at the beginning of the season with the goaltending situation with Anderson. They let a couple of players left the team. Terreneuven, one of them. They signed finally Martin Nekash with them. But again, Robert Dermo, whatever they lost, Petchy, Sekech as the defenseman, they continue to be who they are, a defensive team with a good goaltending. But the most important thing is a player like Sebastien Aho and Chevnikov with as Jarvis keep consistent carrying that team on one of the top best team in the Metropolitan. Two teams we don't are there is the New York Rangers and of course the Vegas Golden Knights. Two teams looking great since the beginning of the season. Fantastic start of the Vegas Golden Knights. They right now they look like the Vancouver Canucks last year. Great start since the beginning of the season. They lost only, I believe, 2 times. And the New York Rangers, they're looking great. Lafreniere, Grader, Panarin, great stuff for Panarin. Adam Fox continues to be Adam Fox. It's Chesterkin to be Chesterkin. That's the reason the Rangers all lead the Metropolitan Division. We have a couple of people in the house tonight. Randy Walkman is in the house. Thanks so much, Randy, to be at us. Hopefully, you're doing well, Randy. We'll see what we got in the chat tonight. 11 likes of all you. So, Ab and 4 weeks of the initial was team. Week 5, I expect bounce back. I said week we finished 3-0 this week. And I was saying, Luciano Elias Pedersen. Nicholas is in the house. Flame, Randy, welcome back in the house. The point is, maybe biggest AP Pedersen talk about this 2 years ago. We was top 5 in the NHL at fast decline, whatever it is. About that, Kaprizov is luck. I think already is hard finalist. He was a PGA finalist. Talk about this Polaris I come away since the leave make him go away. Yep, sorry about this. Tampa is a quiet contender. If Versky ever find his game back, I think never got that injury that would have won the 2024-25. They could be far than that. Rangers and the East for Luciano. Now, on the flip side, the Colorado Avalanche, the Nashville Predator, we watch them right now, the Boston Bruins, and the New York Islanders not have a great start since the beginning of the season. Where the expectation was higher. We talk about 4 teams should make the playoff. Boston Bruins, yes, they won this weekend, 2-0, 3-0. But again, 2 teams are not in the playoff. The Kraken and the Flyers. Montgomery screamed to Marchand a couple of weeks ago. Montgomery bench past snacks during the weekend. Is it a 2-game winning this weekend going to change the season of Boston Bruins? Going to see that. But swimming is not the swimming we know. Since the beginning of the season, Boston cannot put a puck in the net. Unfortunately for them, this is the biggest problem for them. They signed Zadorov. Zadorov don't have a great start, not looking good. Lindholm is Lindholm. So Boston is a team right now is going to maybe some problem to make the playoff. We'll have to see what could happen. But again, overall, Boston struggling. The Islanders guys cannot put a puck in the net also. And now they lost Barzal and Pelech for many weeks. So it's not looking good for Patrick Roy. And we know the differential or argument between Lamariello and Roy. So that the Islanders country right now is not looking good. Now the Colorado Avalanche gave the most goal again this year. Can you believe it? The most goal. They play with 8 different players. The Colorado Avalanche. 8 different rookies, I apologize. The goaltender is not looking good. They are at the bottom of the Central Division. Whatever McKinnon, McCarr, and Rantanen doing well, that team struggling a lot. Goal again, 51 goals in 12 games. Unbelievable. Capital score for the Los Angeles, the captain, the veteran, 39 years old, for his 5th goal of the year. Clark and Kemp have an assist. 1-0 after 20 minutes at the Smashville, Nashville. And we talk about the Nashville guys. They make a lot of chances. Marchessault, Stankos, they get Skitchy. This team, they struggle a lot. And I will tell you one reason. Roman Ozy have a really bad start score. His first goal of the year during the weekend. Zaros is not Zaros. We know Zaros have a really slow start last year. This is a team I think we're going to make the playoff, but they are a little bit late. Not have a really good start at the beginning of the season. We have a couple of comments in the chat about that. The goalie fall on his head. Coach Randy. Good evening, Ron with King. So welcome back. We said Colorado is set easy to best team in the NHL. When they are healthy, they are without many players, especially they are able to get started. I would be disagree for you. If you look closely the lineup, guys, the goaltender are maybe at the bottom 8 in NHL. If you remove Taze and you remove Kel McCarr. Look, the four defensemen. It's not pretty. I know Girard what he can do. We know what Manson can do. But the third pairing, guys, not looking good. If you put Likonen, Nikushkin, Ratanen, Middlestad, McKinnon, and the lineup, maybe the top 6, 7 forward is great. But after that, it's not looking good. It's a team, I'm telling you right now, this is a team, guys, is going to be out of the playoff really quickly, I believe. They don't have enough this year to be a solid team like they was before. The salary cap could be a problem also for them, but injury is also a problem for them. But you have a lot of big red flag with the color of an inch. So it would be interesting what could happen there for them, for the color of an inch. Now, on the individual players, guys, we have a couple of players. Pionk, 13 points. Stone, 20 points. Laferrière, 8 goals. Yes, our other players, McCarr, have a really great start of the season. But this is the player we is not expect to have in NHL so far. So they are the underdog players right now. They are looking great. Like I mentioned, Pionk earlier for the Winnipeg Jets. Stone, 20 points, 12 games. Impressive. And then Laferrière with the Los Kings, 8 goals for Laferrière. He promote this year to be a top 6 forward. And a great start for Laferrière with the Los Kings. Like I said, there are other players. We can talk about this in NHL. But I'll just give you a little bit more. 3 players was not expect to have a good start of the year for that one. That is just coming out of the West, I haven't mentioned, but I don't think so. Then we talk Zev Lecab is in the house. And then we have again on the other side, guys, Iman, after he scored 54 goals last year, have only 2 goals since the beginning of the season. Peterson, only 1 goal this year. Someone talked about him earlier. Stamkos, guys, have 3 goals, but he's always been a guy with 15, 16, 18 percentage shot on the net. Is honestly the worst in NHL at 6, 7 Stamkos. It's not a 7 Stamkos we knew. Hopefully he's going to increasing that number. But 3 players right now in NHL with big contract, and they don't look good like they was last season. When Stamkos scored over 40 goals last season, Peterson have a great 3-quarter start of the season. After he signed his contract, Peterson fall apart. And then Iman, 54 goals last year, only 2 goals this season. 3+ struggle in NHL. And after that, we'll come back in the house. Thanks to be with us. Great comments in the chat. Don't forget, please, to click on the likes. For you, McKinnon, Lessigan, Nikisha, Ratanen, Colton. I will not say Drouin involved with that. Middlestad, Likonen. So you can see right there. Girard and Manson is not a great defenseman. It's not a great defenseman. You have no goaltender between pipe. Colorado is not a top 10 team anymore. You only go with McKinnon and Ratanen. That's it, that's all. So for me, Colorado is not a solid team anymore. Tony Redden is in the house. Welcome back in the house. Now, on the flip side, the Colorado gave 51 goals. The Toronto Maple Leafs, their power play is 10% in NHL. They are 31 in NHL. The power play of Toronto Maple Leafs. Nylander, Matthews, Marner, Riley, Matthew Nice. That team in the last 4 years, they are going down on the power play. They fired Guy Boucher last year because the power play was not working. They have a new staff with Greg Berube. And that team, power play, guys, 10%. Austin Matthews is on the pace to score only 32 goals this year. Unbelievable. Then, the Edmonton Oilers. Without McDavid, Leon Draisaitl looking great. The Oilers win the last couple of games, but the PK is the worst in NHL. 61.8 in NHL. Unbelievable. Edmonton not looking good since the beginning of the season. You can see the details of the game. The Toronto are average so far. And then the Colorado, one of the worst in NHL right now. This is the three teams should be dominate the league. Dominate, not play good, not play good. They should dominate the Central Colorado Avalanche. Where are they? The Toronto should be with Florida at the top of the division. They are not there at all. And the Edmonton should be at the top of the Pacific with Vegas. And they are not there at all. It's not only in Montreal is looking bad. And I'm going to fire all the coach Colorado, Bettner. I'm going to fire the new coach Beribe. I'm going to fire the new coach Nat Blanc. But why in Montreal we only want to fire Martin Saint Louis? How we are different in Montreal? We're only thinking Montreal not looking good. It's all negative. But when you look about the NHL around the league, it's not only Montreal. Again, for you, if you look at Josh Manson, if you look Samuel Girard, look closely the games in the beginning of the season. You're going to see are not solid second pairing NHL. Watch the game closely. You can have three scorers at 100 points, but if the rest of your team does not play well, if your goaltender is not performing, you're not going to be a top team in NHL. That's the reason why I consider Colorado out of the top 10 team. Look, the goal again, 51. What the reason they have 51 goal again? Is it because the injury only? The Laval Rocket play without Dobage. They play without Major. They play without Barry Bullets on the weekend. And they still win the Rocket this weekend. Injury is an excuse. You should have some depth in Colorado. There are no depth. They play with seven. They just bring back today a 7th-round pick 2024 in the lineup. This is the second time in the NHL history a 7th-round pick at the same year played one game in NHL. So Colorado, if you consider the lineup, they play tonight or tomorrow night, if you tell me this is a team top 10, sorry, but they are not. They play with Richie, rookies. Annunen, rookies. Ivan, rookies. There's 8 French rookies in the beginning of the season. They are not a top 10 in NHL. Far to be a top 10 in the NHL. So that's for me the reason behind that. Now let's see the Atlantic. Let's see now the fourth division and the fourth division. First of all, the Atlantic division. The Florida are alone. The Florida are now floating slowly, properly to the top of the division again. Without Kachuk and Barkov. Injury Florida. Barkov and Kachuk. But they're still winning. Why for you in Florida we win and Colorado we don't win? We top best 2 players for the Florida Panthers. And then they winning, but in Colorado, we losing the secondary players and we're not winning. That's the difference between what I said. Florida is the top, Colorado is not the top 10. Buffalo, Montreal, the same. At the bottom, at the bottom, at the bottom, at the bottom, at the bottom. No surprise there. The Boston, Toronto, Tampa Bay struggles in the beginning of the season. They are a better team on paper. They should show up more. They should be better on the division, but they are not there yet. No urgency is only 12-13 game. I'll just give you a review what's going on the first month in October and NHL. The Ottawa, Detroit get closer. So the gap between Toronto, Tampa Bay, Boston, Ottawa and Detroit, 5 teams are fighting for the spot number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. Would be really interesting what happened in the Atlantic Division. I expect Toronto to come back anyway, but still, Boston, Tampa Bay, not looking good overall. And then Ottawa, Detroit have a good year so far. Detroit a little bit behind Ottawa. Ottawa surprised me in the Atlantic Division since the beginning of the season. Very interesting. You talk about Buffalo, new head coach. Ottawa, a new head coach. Toronto, new head coach. And still find a way to make a playoff run for the upcoming season. The Metropolitan Division stronger this year. And I'm talking about the New York Rangers, the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Washington Capitals. A team was not expected. The New Jersey Devils guys have a they play for a little bit over above 500, but the inconsistency of the team so far with the New Jersey Devils but the Rangers dominate Sunday game number 1 in NHL. The Carolina Hurricanes, we talked about this a little bit earlier, surprised me to hanging there like they was before. And then we talk about the Washington Capitals, where surprisingly performing. I have some doubt about the Washington Capitals. I will tell you one thing, sir. The goal against, not the save percentage of the goalie is really low, but they're still winning. So that surprised me a little bit. But look, we have to give credit overall of the head coach, Cadbury, over there. And then the rest, the Columbus Blue Jackets, and have a good, not bad season. I know where they are, but still, the Blue Jackets, the Pittsburgh, the New York Islanders, as Flyers guys are going to be at the bottom of that division. And I think the Flyers are going to be really deep back in the bottom, fight with the Montreal Canadiens for the position 15, 16 of the Eastern Conference. A lot of comments right there. And the comments, guys, consider sharing and about everything. Some is in the house. Yep, sorry, some about the Montreal game. We'll talk about them in the next couple of minutes, guys. Don't go nowhere. We get 5 more minutes of this NHL, and then we're going to go to the Montreal Canadiens. The Central Division, guys, it's all about Winnipeg, Minnesota. They dominate that division so far by a mile. The Dallas lost the last 2 games. I think with the last 3 games, have a really good start. Now they struggle to keep all the game, but they should be okay. They should be at the top 3 of that division. Maybe win the division. But the Colorado and the Nashville, very bad start of the year for them. And we just talked about them a couple of minutes ago. Utah is up and down. A very good start. Now they struggled the last couple of games. And by the fact, like Keller is now a little bit on the slump. And the goaltending situation for them, a little bit not great. And of course, they lost 2 defensemen. One of them is Dorsey for a couple of months. That's not going to help the team Utah for the upcoming couple of games. St. Louis, the Chicago are at the bottom of the division. Yes, Chicago won during the last couple of games, but they got a couple of points, but Chicago will be at the bottom. The St. Louis Blues guys without now Robert Thomas. I don't see the Blues to have a really good year. They're going to be at the team like 6, 7, and 8 of that season. Finally, on the Pacific season, guys, it's all about the Vegas Golden Knights. Talk about the Florida Panthers. Now we talk about the Vegas Golden Knights. Both teams all the way over other team. The Vancouver, Edmonton, Los Angeles, they battle now. The Edmonton won the last couple of games. They're helping them, but again, struggling since the beginning of the season. The Los Angeles, for me, this is a surprise for that division with the Vegas Golden Knights. They can play better what my expectation was for that team. The Vancouver Canucks, without Lehkonen, they want it would be a good start. Zilov struggling between the pipe. Lehkonen have a good start of the season. Is the team play average for me? They should be play better, but we have to see what's going to happen with the Canucks. Then the Calgary and the Seattle Kraken, not good at all. That team going to be team number 5 and 6, and that season more. The Calgary will be 6, then 7 and 8. Anaheim and some of the Sharks guys, the Ducks. Again, the Ducks is a team like the Montreal Canadiens. They're still rebuilding, and they're not looking good this year, but they have Carlson, Zegras, McDavis, Terry, The defenseman, Mathieu Luno, the goaltending Darstal, they play with that. 9 players under 23 years old. That's just normal. That's just the process of rebuilding team. But in Montreal, we don't accept that. At Montreal, no, you have to win. It's no matter. We have to win. So, and then Ducks, another long season for the team over there. And the Sons of the Sharks, guys, they are the Sons of the Sharks are not looking good with them. That's give you a review of the first month. A lot of comments, guys. You flying when I'm alone like that. I have difficult time to see what's going on in the chat. But I know people like Inarta, Randy, Luciano, and PLW, Zeph, and many others guys respond each other. Habs Nation also for you is also there. Pizza is in the house. Welcome back. King of Gamer is in the house. They have Zellweger. I wasn't playing. Is going to be a very good quarterback. And Rabinov is in the house. King of Gamer. Owen Zellweger. Really great career in the WHL with the Everett Silver Tips. Zellweger have a great 2 years with the Team Canada. I really like the King. This is a defenseman. He's what, 5'10", I believe. Zellweger. I think he is. Small gabarit, but can carry on the puck very well. Randy expect the Sharks, the Ducks will pass the Flames. So you expect the Flames finish at the bottom of the past season. Interesting, Randy, about that. I'll be shocked, but does Sun make the Ducks better? Sam, you great point about that, Sam. Sun is really good goaltender and NHL for sure. So that's what happening, guys, in NHL. Um, about the Montreal, the NHL review. We have a couple of news, guys. We're going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens now the next 60 minutes. The Montreal Canadiens announced that Ural Sakeski was back on the ice today. Little bit, some fans was concerned about Sakeski after the hit at Sherry. He may be out. Sakeski was smiling today. It was a bit more a better mood compared after Saturday and then or Friday. Sakeski have a lot of things to talk about. I think Martin said we, have a meeting with Sakeski. He talked about he need to have more touch on the puck. He need to be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive side of for the Montreal Canadiens. And Sakeski, sometimes the point does not show exactly what they look like on the ice, right? And what he talk about this, Martin Silly about Sakeski, but that's the reason he need Sakeski to be a little bit more aware of what's going on the ice. And then for that hit, whatever you thinking, Noel at Sherry was a good hit or a bad hit, I said at the end of the day is a head action, and this not should be at least penalized by the referee. Every time you have a hit contact, guys, just give it 2 minutes. Why not to protect the players, right? Now, I disagree with some fans said, yeah, but nobody wants to see Atchery after the hit. But listen, guys, I can understand is that you see a player down and you feel bad about that, but the game is 2-1. We're approximately, 5-7 minutes before the end of the game? Is it better for the Montreal Canadiens? Don't worry about the score and try to send Kapanen when you was on the ice, by the way. Do you send both of them and the phrase Noel at Sherry? Or you do exactly what Albert Jacky did. Wait until to the end of the game. And when the first opportunity you have, you jumping on him when you know the game is over after an empty net. Now, I did not like Jacky try to hit with the knee, but it was not like big hit there. But at least we get something back from the player of the role of Albert Jacky at the end with trouble. That's what we want, and they did that. I think the Montreal did the right things on that situation for Sakaski. It was a very big trend during the weekend and on the X on the Twitter about the reaction of Montreal Canadiens. I'll be honest with you. When you review the play for you, I was the first one said yesterday. Sakaski had to be a little bit more caution when you go back to the corner to upon the puck with one hand, right? At the same time, as Chevy guys play NHL for what 12 years, is a very tough guy, right? One tough guy. He's not like an easy guy, right? So he knew he had an opportunity to hit Sakaski right away. He did it during the game. Was not his first hit of the game. Actually, he hit the Montreal again a couple of times. So I think overall that situation was fixed by Albert Jacquet. Would be interesting. The next game is December 12th in Montreal. So we'll see. And enough. Any idea which big? I don't think so. And Rabinov, the Montreal are going to go that direction. I'll be shocked if they're looking for that players or that kind of players. Every Monday, I do my 3-star of the week for the Montreal Canadiens, the Pipeline, and the Laval Rocket. I'm going to share it with you. If you follow me on my Twitter account, you can go at Coach Frenchy 10X. I deliver a lot of contents now there. And if you want to follow more what's going on. But the 3-star of the week, guys, are going to start with the Montreal Canadiens. And I'm talking about Cole Caulfield. I know it's not pretty for Cole Caulfield and the Montreal Canadiens. It was not easy to find star this week, honestly. Not really a lot of stood out players, but we have to give some rewards at the end. Cole Caulfield 2 goals, 2.8 shot on the net last week. Finished the week with -1. Not a bad week for Caulfield. He considers to be impressive. Right now, I believe, 10 goals and 12 games. And great stuff for Caulfield overall. The Lane Hudson last week had 2 points, 2 assists, a 2-eye average of 21-30. Finished the week also with a -1 for Lane Hudson. Again, the consistency of Lane Hudson since the beginning of the season. You see sometimes the good things, you see sometimes the bad things. We're going to talk about Lane Hudson in a couple of more minutes, one of my subjects tonight. But at the end of the day, guys, Lane Hudson brings some consistency since the beginning, and always something happening when he's on the ice. I believe for Montreal Canadiens, if Montreal Canadiens struggle in the next 3 more games on the power play, Lane Hudson is going to go on the power play number 1. That's my prediction for Lane Hudson. Finally, my 3rd star. Now then, guys, I could go with other players, but Nick Suzuki finished with 1 goal, 1 assist, 2.6 shot on the net. Listen, this is like a stretch of the star for the Montreal Canadiens with 3 losses. You're not many stars at the end of the week for the Montreal Canadiens. For the Laval Rocket, guys, this was a great weekend. Again, Laval Rocket won a double game during the weekend against the Providence Browns. And we have to give credit for the backup number 2, Connor Hughes. What a great discovery for the Montreal Canadiens. Hughes finished the weekend with a save percentage of .932. Block gave only 4 goals and 61 shots between the pipe for the Laval Rocket. He gave, honestly, for me, it was the first star of the game Saturday. Friday night, when the Laval Rocket won, I believe, 3-1 or 3-2. And we have to give credit for the performance of Connor Hughes over the weekend. Then Joshua Roy continued with 4.3 goals, 1 assist. But Joshua Roy, guys, we're going to talk about him the next couple of minutes. A really great weekend for him. Really impressive for what he did for the team with the Laval Rocket. Finally, Logan Mailloux, after an average game Friday night, less intense and less compete Friday night, he bounced back Saturday with a 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points. Great weeks for him. I have to mention one more player again. Is Owen Beck. Owen Beck had again a weekend of the 3-point goal, game-winning goal Friday night for Owen Beck. Great performance for Owen Beck. He consistently performing without Philippe Mazart with the kid line. Look, Beck have 8 points in the beginning of the season with the Laval Rocket. Is another player we have to mention for the pipeline for the Montreal Canadiens. But Jacob Fuller, 2 goals on the 46 shot, a save percentage of 964. Listen, Fuller is unbelievable since the beginning of the season with the Boston Canadiens. It considers what he did last year, 4W and 5 game for Fuller, and he's the first star of the week. Tyler Thorpe, 3-point first star of the game Friday night with the Vancouver Giants. 5 shots on the net. Unfortunately, they have 0 points Saturday, but the Giants won the bowl game. And Tyler Thorpe, the 6'5", consists impressive 15 point, I believe, and 14 game since the beginning of the season with 7 goals. Vincent Rover had a great week last week, 2 goals, 3 point, and 3 game-winning goal during the last game. Also have a goal on the shootout. Rover played 1 game over 22 minutes, and then another game played over 18 minutes. Rover had another great week. Nobody talk about Vincent Rover, honestly. But he's another player, I believe it could be a small gabarit. It's not a big forward, centers 5'10", 175 pounds maybe. But look, he's looking good at play with the Lion for his second year in this league. And we have other players we can talk about. We can talk about Sam Harris and Logan Sawyer. Both of them have we have a Linesman hit right now on the ice. We have both of them have 2 assists. And then we have also Ivan Demidov, and 3 games last week have 3 points, 1 goal, 2 assists for Ivan Demidov. So 3 players on the pipeline by Montreal Canadiens have a great week. That gave you my 3-star of the week of the Montreal Canadiens. A lot of great comments in the chat, guys. Consistent talking. Pizza is in the house. Thank you. Where does the role play? Play for the ZSC Lions and the Switzerland League. A contact between Camp and the Linesman. Baron Lucas, get there. There's a lot of people talking about this. Let's move on for the next subject, guys. We're going to talk about Ivan Demidov. Ivan Demidov bench again. Demidov. It was the game yesterday, guys, against Conlan. The SKA lost again by a score of 3-2 in overtime, I believe. I could be wrong right there. But this is the first player, guys, of Demidov. You can see, guys, the first clip on that one. He's going to retrieve the puck. Have an opportunity for Demidov. But what happening? The first player, guys, Demidov play over 5 minutes. Here we go. He intercepted the puck is coming now on that one. Just a cut back, looking for the pass there. Going at the blind. D'Angelo should have puck save right there. But my point behind that for Demidov yesterday, guys, the second period, you have 3 penalties for both teams. And Demidov does not play on the power play, so he was a bit, not see a lot of eyes. He see only 2 minutes and 53 seconds on the second period. Now, the SK came back after 40 minutes, a trade by 2-1, I believe. And it was the last shift of Demidov after that. And Demidov, he never played the third period with the team SKA, officially, for Demidov. It was again benched. Now, sometime when he get benched, guys, I can see tell you he make a mistake on the ice or he did not do well, whatever. He did absolutely nothing last night. Rottenberg decided to go with 9 forward for the third period. He played only with 9 forward or with his 13 forward. 4 players of the SK never touched the ice during the third period. Now, I'll be honest with you. Demidov is first year in the KHL. Demidov is 18 years old. But when you look the SKA team, I watched. I maybe missed 5 periods since the beginning on the 23 game they played this year. Dimitrov is at least a top nine forward at that team, and maybe a top six. But I can understand him. He played with maybe some veteran player, but you try to score a goal. You trade by one goal. You put one of your guys, your top scorer, on the bench over other players. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I believe Rothenberg is a joke. He's a joke. Crazy when you think about that. So that's happening for Ivan Demidov today during the game. SK lost their third straight game, and I would love to see the practice of Rothenberg. How it's blew my mind. This guy. Now, during the day today, the Montreal Canadiens announced that they make some modification today for the Montreal Canadiens. Um, Try to see what I have for you on the Montreal Canadiens. Can I find a? Here we go. It was a practice. You have some smile on the eyes for the Montreal Canadiens, and they practice a couple of at least 90 minutes, I believe. You can see a bit what happening. For the Montreal Canadiens, they send Jake Evans on the second line. They move up Doc on the first line, Sakeski, Newhook, and Jake Evans. They send down Armia on the fourth line, and they send Christian Dvorak on the third line. One thing you have to pay attention, you can see in the clip today of the Montreal Canadiens, is Mac Bureau was on the ice today. I don't know if you remember Mac Bureau. Mac Bureau played for its friend team in NHL, the St. Blues, in Montreal Canadiens a couple of years ago. And Bureau practiced the face-off with all its friends center with the Montreal Canadiens. We have a fight right now on the ice. Wow, what a fight by Luke Shine. Wow. And that was the biggest problem for the line for the Montreal Canadiens. So Mike Bureau was there. A lot of your fans get said, "Oh, we shouldn't bring some at the, a face-off man." They have it. They bring Mike Bureau today, so you get that answer for all of you. So I just want to say to you about this. Now, for the Montreal Canadiens line, Sakeski is a little bit questionable about that, for sure. Janat not looking good tonight. Din is in the house. Yeah, I'm sorry about this. Din Bureau was that kind of player. I'm not sure, Nicholas, about negotiation about a contract. Thanks, Marco, to be with us tonight. Marco, Frank is going to be there Friday, Wednesday night. Coach, Silly Brunet is back. Do you think he's win a Rookie of the Year after missing around 10 games? I think it would be a nomination. Could be happening. Now, I want to talk about Martin Saint-Louis' statement. I think, and I'll talk about this, the fact like he asked me that question yesterday in our tap about Martin Saint-Louis. is not try to win game. It was a statement I believe fans did not understand very well, or they think Martin St. Louis doesn't want to win game. But now I look about on the statement, not today, on this one, guys. I have to go to another one. Here we go. Here the statement of Martin St. Louis. We are not at the same stage as 2 years ago or a year ago. I think that one. Then I think that when you are going to a different stage, there is a transition of many levels. Individually, the players, the expectation, and the staff as well. We are going from developing to learning how to win. When you are trained to win, that's a different stage from developing. Martin St. Louis statement today talk about the winning about that subject. My answer yesterday, and I did on my Twitter account, guys. Martin St. Louis is focusing on other things, just try to win the game. If he had a chance to win the game at the last 10 minutes of the game, he would try to win that game. Of course, as a coach, you want to win every game. But he's not focusing to only try to win the game. You have other things you need to focus on. Because this is a long project. It's a long-term plan. It's not like game by game, and that's it, that's all. We have another 5 guys. The King and the Predator right there. Randall Riley, Burroughs, I believe. Anyhow, for me, I think Montreal is focusing more on developing the players, on the progression of the team with the team system, everything like that, and they understand what it takes for that. Coach Demidov don't want to put the team president, try to force him. It's obvious. Yeah, possible there. I don't think so, Abination. I think Martin St. is right. He knows what he needs a long term. I think what the problem is, you guys, you're talking today and tomorrow. Martin St. Louis, the vision of Montreal Canadiens is the next 5 years. This is the difference between the fans and the management. They have a plan, a structure to a long term. You guys, you consider only 12 games. That's it, that's all. And you think the Montreal Canadiens should be a playoff team. They are not a playoff team. They're looking to developing the players because they are all, many of them are 23 years old and younger. They build that core to make sure they go a long term. Alain Bianco will come back in the house. Of course, well, this, Freiman, he said that, but you already knew about Martin St. Louis. 2 weeks ago, during a press conference, at some point, someone mentioned that where Martin St. Louis, he does not is stubborn because he really believes what it is the best for the Montreal Canadiens. It's not going to change. And he said at some point, I'm not going to ask anybody what to ask someone. I believe he's not going to give me the right answer anyway to help in the Montreal Canadiens anyway. Bob Smith is in the house. So for you, I will ask you this question. Tell me the reason why the Montreal Canadiens last year, guys, they compete for the lows. They play 45 games with only 1 goal. What was the reason behind that? So for you, Marco, or anybody else, Tell me what the reason the Montreal Canadiens last year they compete for 45 games. Of course, King, everybody is, and they are getting better. On the flip side, King, other teams are going lower. I disagree, Abination. Martin Saint Louis is here to develop players. Martin Saint Louis is here to teaching the players. Martin Saint Louis is not here to losing, here to lose. That's friend right there. Martin Saint Louis is here to developing and teaching the players. Et voilà, the answer is right there. Mr. Marco Larabie, he nailed it. The situation, guys, last year is because the goaltender play over the head. So they make a ton of save where there should be a goal. This season, they cannot make that save. And that gave a goal. That's the reason now you don't lose by one goal or by two goals, but you get lose by 3, 4, 5 goals. That's it. Marco, you need it. Abination? Oh, wait a minute. How can you set progression in 12 games, Abination? You have to come me ask that question at the end of the season, not after 12 games. How can you? Okay, what the progression? Elias Peterson, Abination with the Vancouver Canucks. What's the progression of Philippe Dano this year? One goal with the Los Angeles Kings. Well, guys, you telling us tonight, Abination, you talk about the word progression in 12 games in NHL. What the progression of Simon Nemec with the Jose Devils? What the progression of McLean Celebrini since the beginning of the season? What the progression of Will Smith? What the progression of Shane Wright? I can go all the way like that. Guys, you don't talk about progression after 12 games. At the end of the season, tell me. Now, last year, I see progression of Sakaski, Suzuki, Kaden Cooley. I can go with many other players if you want to. But you cannot talk about the word progression after 12 games in NHL. No sense on that. PLW. PLW. What was your expectation from Montreal Canadiens at the beginning of the season? PLW. Tell me, you know hockey like many of us, PLW. So PLW, when you look the roster at the beginning, October 9 for the Montreal Canadiens, what was the number of the point and the expectation for the Montreal Canadiens, PLW? Be honest with us. What was your expectation of the Montreal Canadiens at the beginning of the season, PLW? You cannot talk about progression after 12 games. The Edmonton Oilers are then on progression on the regression, PLW. The Color Avalanche are then on progression on regression, Abination. You completely. It's a team rebuilding team. So you think PLW Montreal are, after 12 games are going to have less points next year? How you know that? You're the same person PLW said last year. Nick Zuski is not good. Nick Zuski does not play well. Nick Zuski is this. Nick Zuski is that. Nick Zuski is not good. How many points Nick Zuski finished last season, PLW? Yoel Sakeski, his first 35 game in NHL last year. What he looked like at the end of the year. You and Habs Nation unplugged on the Montreal Canadiens after 12 games. Already unplugged the Montreal Canadiens after 12 games. Okay, yes, you're right about that. Anyhow, I'm going to finish the show with what I'm supposed to talk about. I'll give up. A tough road for the Montreal Canadiens. And that's the reality behind everything, guys. For the Montreal Canadiens, have a really tough road. And it's not going to be easy for the Montreal Canadiens, honestly. After 12 games, their record is 4-7-1. The last 7 of the last 9 games. They are 31st in the NHL for the goal again, 4.08. The differential is minus 16. And the team behind them is Colorado Avalanche. It's a good team, the Colorado Avalanche. So we cannot talk about Colorado Avalanche. They are not going to be, they are on the progression maybe. After that, we have to talk about the roster problem. I think Montreal Canadiens in the beginning of the season, a couple of things to talk about. The second line. The second line, if you think about that, could be that at 1 goal. Neil Huck have 2 goals. Ural Sakarski have 1 goal. Armia have 1 goal. I think it's an empty net. They are the 5 players play on that line most of the time since the beginning of the season. So we don't have a second line. Like, we don't have a second line. And then the third pairing defenseman, whatever is Jekai, Trouble, Barron, since the beginning of the season, guys, they play the musical chair. All of them struggled since the beginning of the season. That's a fact. Said that, Madison and Savard does not play the same level. And finally, the goalies, guys, whatever many of us said, you cannot blame Montembeault, you cannot blame Primo, you cannot because of this. The goalies, guys, have a save percentage of 855. Cannot win any game with that kind of performance. Whatever you can blame the system or Martin St. Louis, whatever you want to blame. The goalies did not perform at the same level they did last year. They are the 3 things I believe the Montreal Canadiens struggling since the beginning of the season, in my opinion. Now, on the players, guys, this is the 4 line. It was on the ice today at the practice today. You can see events between Sakarski and York. I don't know why Sakarski does not play on the first line, by the way, but anyhow, Martin St. Louis unhappy about the situation for the Montreal Canadiens. And that's not make Martin St. Louis went out, tried to make some solution. He tried to find some kind of how we can fix that situation. But the inconsistency of the different players, from the top to the bottom, I would say to you, the first line, Cole Caulfield may be the most consistency since the beginning of the season. Zuski started very slow at the beginning. Maybe the first 6 games, it was not very good for Suzuki. He was get there, but not enough. Sakarski, inconsistency, Sakarski. Yes, he has 8 points. I can understand that. But we expect more for Sakarski. Could be that he needs to recover. Does not do well overall. Maybe 2 or 3 good games so far. Alex Newhook, to go this year. Alex Newhook maybe have 2 good games so far. Joel Armia, guys, whatever the people don't complain about him, but you cannot see the same Joel Armia at the second half of the season like you see since the beginning of the season. Armia, average below. That's your top 6 for the Montreal Canadiens. The third line, that's maybe the most consistency line since the beginning of the season. Anderson, Evans, and Gallagher. Said that, Evans have a really difficult game last game. But I think overall, we cannot, you know, complaining about that situation. On the four line guy, Kapanen, Devorak, Eneman, Pesera, they are or they are. Eneman, I believe, have 2 goals. Kapanen have 0 goals. Devorak have 1 goal. Pesera have 0 goal. It is what it is. That four line. On the defenseman, guys, Madison play with an injury, maybe. Pasil, I believe he played only after the good game. Savard, whatever he is, he's slow, he block shot, but does not play all the good game overall for Savard. Kenan Cole is maybe the most consistency player like Cole Caulfield in the beginning of the season. Lennartson, you have good Lennartson, the bad Lennartson, and the worst Lennartson. Overall, Lennartson have a good season overall. We talk about the third pairing, we talk about the goalies. So, Martin said the solution, guys, cannot coming from outside of the Montreal Canadiens. It cannot come for the trade right now. People try to talk about trade for Travis Zegras or any other top 6 forward. Why to go that direction? We still in the plan of rebuilding team. So they can go all different ways. They could call up Joshua Roy. But call up a Joshua Roy. Is it better to call him up now or wait longer? Joshua Roy, is it a top 6 forward in the Montreal Canadiens or is a bottom 6? Is a bottom 6, we don't need Joshua Roy. Pascal Vincent talk about Kyle Connors. And Pascal Vincent talked once Joshua came back in Laval. He said he had some kind of problem on different ways about the game. He didn't want to block shot. He was not great on the positioning on the defensive side. With the Laval Rocket, Pascal Vincent make a plan with him. He showed him to play on the PK. He showed him to play better on the defensive zone coverage, to be more intense on the ice, compete more, and hit more. You see a transformation of Joshua Roy under Pascal Vincent. Now, this is a what? 7-8 game, maybe, with the Laval Rocket? Is it not better to keep Joshua Roy in Laval for 40 games, 45 games, like happening with Kyle Connor? Or the Montreal Canadiens is a little bit better to have Joshua Roy with the Montreal because the situation with the top 6. I don't have the right answer, honestly. But this is where they can go that direction of Montreal Canadiens if they want to spark the top 6 of the Montreal for the next couple games. Now, the look in Mayu is really interesting because Logan Mayu, guys, is really in the American Hockey League on the top of the top. But he's not ready yet on the NHL. He's a bubble between both leagues. I think for him to be a little bit more longer with under Pascal Vincent and then wait longer, and that will help him to make maybe a better way to understand the game and to be better on the defensive side, maybe prepare him to be ready when he's going to call up for the Montreal Canadiens. We know what he can do on the offensive side. We know he can produce points. But the other side of the game, that's where he's struggling. Now, Luke Tuck is very interesting players in the beginning of the season with the Laval Rocket. He's maybe the most consistency players on the 4 line with them. He's physical. He finishes check. He has every game. Luke Tuck have a good game with the Laval Rocket. He had 2 goals so far. I really like his intensity with them. And finally, Owen Beck. Owen Beck have a great start, a really good last 4-5 game. Beck is getting where we know what he did in the OHL. All those 3 players, are they ready for NHL? I'm not sure. But when you look about the 4 line tomorrow night, we have Eamon Eneman, we have Oliver Kapanen, and Joel Armia. I'm going to repeat that line. Eneman, Kapanen, Armia. 4 line. What is the role of the 4 line in NHL? Énergie, forechecking, fiscalité, bring something on the to change the momentum of the game. It's not Armia, Kapanen, and Eneman are going to have that line. I feel the Montreal Canadiens guys, they need an energy line versus a soft line. I don't have no answer. I don't want to tell you, but I think Montreal Canadiens at some point they should bring maybe a guy like Luke Talk at the top, play with Michael Pesetta, and play with a physical center between that and make something happen. Maybe a Gignac or a Condoda. But I believe right now, Montreal Canadiens tomorrow night with Eneman, Armia, and Kapanen, it's not what you're looking for the 4 line. This is why I believe Montreal need to make some change at some point. But I'm not the person working with the Montreal Canadiens, and I'm not an expert. Remember, a season is a marathon. It's 82 games. It's going to be a tough road for the Montreal Canadiens this season. Until Patrick Laine is coming back. The Laine is going to bring guys more the stability on the top 6 for the Montreal Canadiens. Maybe not the solution, but a better top 6 for the Montreal Canadiens. And I think that would change a little bit more. So some of you, you know who you are. You already gave up on Montreal Canadiens. You already gave the season over. You already decide the season is on the regression for the players, for the team after 12 games. And don't change your mind next week or next month or 2 months, because that's what you're thinking now. I don't want to see you next 2 months if Montreal Canadiens finish the season with 80 points and then say, no. That's what you believe now, tonight. I'm going to watch what's happening during the season because this is a marathon, and I feel overall, I think Montreal Canadiens are going to find some solution, and they're going to progress on different ways. I'm going to see what it will be look like after 80 games. During the time, guys, I'm not going to make the Montreal Canadiens a progression or a regression team. Players and team after 12 games and not after 20 games and not after 41 games. At the end of the season, you can evaluate the season, but you cannot decide if it's a progression or a regression team. And a rebuilding team, at the end of the day, it's not a perfect line from at the bottom to go all the way up. They have some up and down, and everybody go that way. That's happening every team. And that's something right now with the Montreal Canadiens. So we have to be a little bit more patient about the Montreal Canadiens, how they're going to do that. The best move during the off summer, guys, is Pascal Vincent for the Laval Rocket. You know, yesterday people talking about Montreal can make a lot of bad trade and it can go away. But I believe for the off summer, the best thing happening for the Montreal Canadiens is that's when they hire Pascal Vincent. He brings experience. He's been coached in the QM. He's been coached in American Hockey League. He's been coached in Columbus Blue Jacket. It was not pretty when he coached the Blue Jacket last year. He waited for that opportunity. I think he got removed quickly, fast, what he should not be, but it's happening. The benefit of that is the Montreal Canadiens organization and the Laval Rocket. And you can see the way he coached behind the bench, the way the Laval Rocket are already established themselves to be a solid team with whatever they play they have. The system is good. The way they play is great. They are really good on many ways. On the offensive side, on defensive side. They work hard. It's fun to watch the Laval Rocket. We have to give credit for Pascal Vincent for that. And I think that's the best move for the Montreal Canadiens during the summer, to have a coach like him with experience with the Laval Rocket to promote the players to be called up with the Montreal, and they will maybe helping some kind of progression long term with the Montreal Canadiens. But so far, Laval Rocket have a great start so far. So it'll be interesting what happening about that. Now, Montreal Canadiens have a meeting today with Lane Hudson. Not today, the last couple of days, guys, you have a meeting between Rabides, St. Louis, and Lane Hudson. So what happening during that meeting, guys? So after the game, after the Washington Capitals, no, after the game against the Seattle Kraken, Lane Hudson, he gave another a turnover, and McCann, I believe, he scored a goal, and he was trying to catch up again. Saying that, you can see a Lane Hudson's friends. I don't know if you watch him against Washington, if you watch him against Pittsburgh, but you didn't see Lane Hudson move the puck like he did the first 10 games in this season. Now, they don't put him to hold him at the back, but they want to tell him to play a bit more safe, to do the right decision, to go when it's the time to go, but not turn over the puck right away. So you can see Lane Hudson was a little bit more better overall during the weekend against the Pittsburgh Penguins. And the fact they talked to him, the fact he realized he need to get increasing his puck management, his decision making, and to do the right things that will helping him his transition to stay longer in NHL and to make better game overall. And that's the reason after that meeting you can see Lane Hudson play different ways about that. I don't know if you agree with that. That's a great comment, guys. Don't forget, please, to click on the likes. A2, that's a good point about the Laval Rocket. And I think for me, I'm going to talk about this next couple of minutes, so I don't want to give up. A lot of people in the chat there. Great point, N26. Thanks to be with us tonight, by the way. Hopefully, you're doing well. We don't see you the last couple of things. Pete Martin is in the house. Sorry about that. I was read all the comments left and right. Too many things to talk about. Um, the NHL draft 2024-2025. 2025, apologize. The good and bad news for the Montreal Canadiens. So we all know from the chat, Montreal Canadiens should be at the bottom seven in NHL. Should have another great pick for the NHL draft 2025. Here the good news, here the bad news. Here's the biggest problem, and I'm so scared of that. The NHL draft, guys. The only one dominate right now is James Higgins with the Boston University. Like, he's really the one apart of everybody else. That's the only one right now. The tier two is Paul Matone, Matthew Sheffer, Michael Misa, Andon Frondell, and Roger McQueen. That give you guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 forward, 6 players. Sheffer is the only defenseman there. That's pick 6, guys. Then after that, guys, it's a drop. It's not close. Last year, remember, we talked about Igenla, Seneki, Yakinchuk. We talk a lot of players between 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're all similar. Remember that? There was not like a Catan example. But the biggest problem is the tier 3 guy, it dropped a lot. Between 7 and 14, they're all similar. Rabkin, Spence, Dinwiddie, Ensler, Smith, Eklam, and Retchney. All those players I'm talking about, they are not a top 6 forward in NHL. I'm opinion right now. They are not. It could be a top 9, but they are not top 6. So if Montreal Canadiens finish next year or this season, have to select a player on the top 6, minimum a top 5. If not, the pick number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 are not going to be looking great. Like if he was select like a Demidov. But if they select a Martin, a Misa, a Frondell, or a McQueen, or James Higgins, this is going to be a top 6 forward for the Montreal Canadiens. As Sheffer, the problem with Sheffer is a left defenseman, and you have Line Hudson. Again, that's not going to fix the Montreal Canadiens. Rapkin is maybe the closest one after that, but still, Spen, Denoyer, Ensler. Ensler is the right defenseman. Smith, Eklam, and Reshny. This is the problem in the NHL draft for 2025. So Montreal Canadiens guys have to select top 5 and hope Sheffer is out. That would be the situation for that one for the Montreal Canadiens. So I just want to share with you guys that situation about that. Mathieu? Yeah, I'm sorry about this, Dan. Yeah, I'm sorry about Luke about that. Mark, I agree with you about this. I think my only problem with Jamie Higgins is his size, but still is a great player. But I just love Michael Misa and Mark. Gary, if you trade Joshua, well, you're not going to get a lot in return. Like, you're not going to get a Zegras or something like that. You have to do a package. Joshua, well, honestly, he's not going to bring you a first round pick right away. Merci Larose. You're welcome, Rogers. At TH, last season, the draft was really good on the defenseman last year. This year, it's not about defensemen, it's about forward. Now, um, when I said that, TH, I said you're going to have a good player with Dinwiddie and Reshney and everything like that. But I tried to descend the top 6, 7 forward, top 6 picks versus the 7 to 15 example at the age. Does that make sense? Amberville, yeah, Sheffer was going to be a solid. It remind me, I don't know if you agree with me, but when I see Sheffer, I see Jake Sanderson. Sanderson was a little bit more complete on defensive, but that's why I see him. And 26, it could happen. Rapkin, he should be a top 6. I agree with you. He should be a top 6. He struggled right now in the KHL. He was sent to VHL. If when you watch him play at the KHL, he struggled. I don't know. It's because he's 17 years old. Honestly, the physicality of the game is not there. After Menarov is better, honestly, but he should be a top 6. I agree with you. This is the player on the 7-14 is maybe the closest one to the 6 before that. Then number 2 king is Michael Misa right now. That would be my pick king. Now Martin is a good case also. Martin, he brings physicality. He's a big body too. Misa brings some skill. Now, it all depends the character of the players. But if you want to talk about this right now, for me, I prefer Michael Misa. It's personnel, honestly. I really like Michael Misa, but Martin would be a good pick over Sheffer or over McQueen. Gary Conway, welcome, man. Thanks for all the likes. Have a good night, Marco. Renti, all the comments tonight is about the beginning of October or the end of October. Everything will change with November, December, January, Randy, all the way to the end. Honestly, and then we're going to finish the show with guys with a clash. But who is with you, coach, with a clash? Nobody. So the clash guys is going to be me and you and the fans and the chat. Is there a right defenseman on some of the farm team one world targeting? We have a few of them, honestly. Mark, you have to find the right one, honest, for the Montreal Canadiens, for sure. The clash guys go with the subject of the night. Amberville like McQueen. I like big. Yeah, 6'5". Here we go. The first clash. Martin St. Louis get fired in the next 20 months. So that brings you guys during the summer 2026. Absolutely or not at all. Do you think Martin St. Louis he gets fired in the next 20 months with the Montreal Canadiens? You're right about that, then also. Gary rock the cash back. Bob said no. Nicolas, T.A. said not at all. Randy said, Roger said not at all. Nicholas, not at all. Inartan, not at all. Not at all, AK. Matthew, 2 or 3 years. The question is 20 months. Luciano, absolutely. Roy said no. All right. A lot of people, most of the people say no. Awesome. The next question. The Pascal Vincent joined the Montreal Canadiens in the next 24 months. I don't said head coach. I don't said or assistant coach. The Montreal Canadiens joined the Montreal Canadiens the next 24 months. Now he say he's already with Montreal. He's with Laval Rocket. I'm talking about the NHL team, the Montreal Canadiens, in the next 24 months. Absolutely not. Thanks, PLW. The Kings score a goal. The only one said not allowed is in our tap. He's the head coach the Laval Rocket American Hockey League. Interesting, Mark and James. Great comment, James. Right? Welcome back, James, by the way. And welcome, everybody, guys. When I walk alone, I, f- I could not watch the chat constantly, so I miss you guys. If you pop up, I don't say hi to you like usually I do. I apologize. But welcome, everybody, to your, a part of the show. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. The next question, guys. The first player to leave the Montreal Canadiens, Emil Henneman. Absolute or not allowed? If you said not allowed, give me the player, the first player is going to leave the Montreal Canadiens. Or you can be only give me a name of the players that will give me a not allowed anyway. So just put the name of the players. If you think it's Emil Henneman, said absolutely. Great point, Matthew. I think right when you're going to be at that years, the next 2 3 years. I agree with you. Just out of the roster, like could be sent to Laval Rocket or the first player guys leave the Montreal Canadiens. Is it Emin and Emin? Is it Kapanen? Is it Devorak? Savard? Whatever it is. Answer Kapanen. Nicholas said Avi Pinard. I think he's signing a 3 years contract, Pete. PLW go trouble. It could be a trade combination or a send down to Laval. Kapanen about him. Royce Devorek Saval. A2, uh, A2, I would say that to you. First of all, you're absolutely right about Kapanen. Secondly, guys, I believe this is my own personal opinion about Kapanen. I think the Montreal Canadiens want the Laval Rocket have a solid team and the playoff, or they have a good year. So if they keep Kapanen until December 1st, A2, now is not necessary to go back to Timra and he go back to Laval Rocket. So I believe they're going to keep him until then, and then you're going to see Kapanen going to join the Laval Rocket, and that will increasing that team a better players also for the long term for the season. That was my own opinion, A2. So that's the point about that. And finally, guys, this one is not about absolutely or it's not about not at all. You give me an answer. Who has the more point at the end of the year? Patrick Laney or Alex Newhook? Yeah, A2, that's what I'm thinking. And I think this is very smart. I think you said earlier, Laval Rocket should be packed. Like Emil and Emil should be there too. If they have to bring Strobel, Strobel can play with Laval Rocket at the end of the year. Imagine if Laval Rocket had Michael Edge at the end of the year and Jacob Fuller. Well, not about Demidov. We're just dreaming right now. Great point, Pete. Laney. That a great comments, guys. Anyway, I was just to do a clash with all of you tonight. Every time like that. And 26 go with Alex Nehuk with Randy. King of Gamer go with Ty. They have only two games. Both game are 2-0. We are at 15 minutes of the third period. The Nashville losing 2-0. And the Devil lead 2-0 against the Oilers. Both goals coming for Stephen Noisen. I should give you an answer. I go with Patrick Laney for New Hook. I believe absolutely for Pascal Vincent. Um, for Martin St. Louis, have to give an answer, right? Um, I would say not allowed for Patrick St. Louis. Do I miss one after that? Oh, Emin and Emin. Um, I think I would said yes, absolutely for Emil Eman. But it could be Kapanen for that. I think you talk about Jaden Strubble, PW. I would say to you, at least if I don't think so, it will happen. Yeah. Malvin said Gallagher. Not surprised others also again off season they have seen the same kind of players. They already have soft skill. And two, you have also to mention they never fix the right defenseman. I think this is the biggest problem in my opinion for the owners. For the first player trade for the Montreal Canadiens, I'm thinking because I still believe they want trade they don't want to trade Christian Dvorak yet. I'm going to go with Joel Armia. Ronnie, go with Martin Saint Louis. Yes, PLW. The problem with that part, PLW, is who's going to take his spot. But the way he play right now, look, um, Pascal and Berville. Nowhere to find Mario. Sunset Armia. But the problem, he always a bad contract, honestly, Roy, and he's one of them. There you go. A2 said the same thing. Ken Gamer, Jake Evan could be that one, but I don't think so. Primo, PLW go with Pesera. Matthew live in, are you in Edmonton, Matthew? And 26, have management are in and Carl know where they want to improve, but they're doing nothing to acquire better player or trade player that should not be on the team any longer. Yes, Alan, Strobel is out. Alan. By the way, good evening, Alan. I saw you earlier, and Iran also, both of you. Nicholas, you're right. Gallagher, Melvin. Ah, not sure. Pete, I don't see that yet. Great point about that, Sam. That's the reason I believe they're not going to make a lot of move. Sam, I think so. I think so. The only thing I believe Jake Evan is out is because they really believe um, Owen Beck is ready to take the spot of Jake Evans. That's the only thing. I think Beck would push um, Jake Evans out if it's the case. So I think at some point you're going to see Owen Beck join the Montreal Canadiens. They're going to evaluate him, and they would thinking, so you know what? We're not going to trade Jake Evans at the trade deadline. We're going to keep him anyway, and if we lose him at the trade deadline at the UFA, it's not a big deal. So I think that would be something I believe it could happen. I think it could happen. You're welcome, Alan. Alan, you're right. I think A2. I think Montreal can have I don't think they have untouchable players at the A2. All right. It depends what is untouchable player for you, but I would say to you right now, Sakaski, Caulfield, Suzuki, Cooley, Hudson. That's five right there. All the players, I don't think so Montreal will trade for any reason. The rest, everything is really possible in my opinion. When you cut away, it's funny in our tab, I was going to answer that answer. Interesting, RJ, that traitor. Ronnie, yes. And then after that, I'm leaving right away after that. I have to do some work after that, but after that, I go out. And 26, exactly. We are right now, guys. At the end of the show, I think the show was really good overall. We had fun opinion, but I think it was really solid comment for all of you tonight. Montreal Canadiens play tomorrow again. The Flame not looking good for the last couple of games, and Montreal Canadiens are the same situation. Both teams struggling anyway in the last couple of weeks, and we'll see which team is going to get that W tomorrow. Montreal is going to be on the road Thursday at New Jersey, and then Saturday again the Toronto Maple Leafs. We expect Max Strom to be between the pipe Tuesday, Thursday. Again, the Montreal Canadiens. We know Jake Allen is between the pipe tonight. Again, the Edmonton Oilers. Um, Not right now, Roy. Today. Here's the point about Jekai, guys. I will finish the show with that one for Jekai. Jekai play at the Jekai limits. So if Jekai play like he's supposed to play, not a big fancy defenseman. If he play his role, discipline, players shut down players. Don't don't make many mistakes on defensive zone coverage. A better cap control. The rest he already have. He's a great defenseman on the offensive side. Have a great shot, a good accuracy shot. The only thing I would add on that one, a better edge work skating and a better first pass. I know it's a lot to demanding, but it's not a lot for the third pairing defenseman. It can give us a 15, 60 minutes per game. The way I said that, if something happening on the ice, you have Jekai. A Jekai like that is better for any other defenseman on the third pairing. I mentioned Barron, Strubble, Engstrom, Mayu. Jekai played that role. That would be the perfect third pairing defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens. Jekai and Mayu together. This could be a solid third pairing defenseman, like a dream defenseman for any team in NHL. A team going to playoff, you have a Jekai, a 6'4", a Mayu, a 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", 200 pounds a plus, physical. Guys, this could be a great asset. But Jekai need to be Jekai that way. I really believe it could become that kind of player. We have to give him a little bit more longer time. We cannot give up on Jekai. It will be a little bit a roller coaster for him. But imagine that. And then at the top four, you have a Lane Hudson. You have a David Rebecca on the second pairing. Whatever happened to David Rebecca. You have a Kenan Coley. We're missing one piece of the puzzle. By UFA, by trade, I don't know. But that would be the best scenario for Montreal Canadiens. A Jekai, the way I just mentioned to you, with a Mayu that way. And maybe Mayu become the top four defenseman, and then we have another players behind him. A Kushnikov example. I don't know. We see the time will tell us, honestly. Tyler Top, a player to watch. Tyler Top, 6'5". You have a great release. Tyler Top. Hey, guys, one thing we have in common is this. We can be disagree. We can have different opinion. But one thing we have in common, we love the Montreal Canadiens. We want to have a good team. We want the Montreal to become successful. We want the Montreal Canadiens win game. And we want the Montreal Canadiens become the best version team like we saw many years ago. That's what we're looking for. So during the time, we can exchange opinion. We can be disagree. We can be agree. But the beauty of that, guys, we do this with respect for each one of us. That's the beauty because we create a family together. Whatever PLW said, always something wrong. Just kidding. We love PLW. He makes some fun in the chat. We love you, PLW. Until then, my friend, that's the reason we love him, because that's the kind of guy he is.
You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Here we go, guys. Ronnie PLW. I'm so right about this. Habs Nation, everybody, guys, we have a great time together. Thanks to be with me tonight on the special edition of the Habs Nation. We'll be back tomorrow night for the play-by-play. Wednesday night, special guest, Franks with Marco. And then Thursday, play-by-play. Laval Rocket, play-by-play. Friday night with me. Join me live. I'm going to talk about the Laval Rocket. They play against the Belleville Senator. Both the game on the road for the Laval Rocket and the head coach Pascal Vincent. Until the next time, my friend, of course, be well, BL. Find a way not only to dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the second half of what? Your 2024. Don't forget the Turkey Awards at the end of the month of November. We're going to do that live with Marco and with in our tap. And then, of course, the Hockey Nation Show and the Habs Nation want to tell you one more thing, sir. We love you, friends. Have a great night, everybody. See you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. By the way, tomorrow night is the race of the President of the USA, Harris versus Trump. If you live in USA, guys, the only thing we ask you to do, go vote. Whatever who's going to win, I don't really care. But go vote. That's the most important thing you have to do. Thanks again to be watching us tonight. Here we go. Ho, 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 ho. Booyah! Good night, everybody.